States. It's Mark from the United States.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Mark from the States. How are we doing today? I am doing fantastic. I hope you are as well. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hopefully you are not getting hit by the storm so bad. I heard there was tornadoes. I did a video just a little bit ago. It might be up now about the storm that you're having. Just some clips, and looks bad. Looks bad. You guys get hit hard, and you have been a lot of late, so I hope you're okay. Also, in that same video, you see the rogue wave is what we're calling it, that hit my hometown, and I probably spend way too much time trying to analyze everything in it. So you can go back and look for that if that is something you even care about. Today we're going to revisit with Kieran. He's the Bimblist. He has a channel, BIMBLISM, and it is so good. It is so good for many reasons. One, he's just a likable guy. First and foremost, Kieran is a likable, wonderful guy. Two, he's very talented musician, and his music that he plays through the video, I've absolutely fallen in love with. It is so good, and in fact, I think if at the end of the video we're going to go over and buy some music. I've been meaning to. I'm not really sure. I've never really bought music online before. I usually get to a place back in the day. I can't even remember the last time I've actually bought music. I don't think I've ever bought music digitally. Maybe back when Napster was out, way back then, when it wasn't terribly legal. But so we're going to try to do that. At the end of the video, we're going to go try and buy his album. Because he needs all the love, because he is so talented musically, and he can ride a bike pretty good too. He rides, you'll see in the video, he rides really fast. Those of you who have seen the video, no, I'm kidding, because you'll see. But it's watching him go through these towns that I normally would never even know about has helped me learn more about the lesser known places in your part of the world. And he just films himself riding, and a lot of it is harrowing because he's darting in and out of traffic. Now, of course, like I said, the camera's been sped up, so it looks like he's going really fast, and so it makes it look harrowing and pretty treacherous driving in and out of traffic. But he's able to do it. And good, because I really enjoy the videos, but he throws in a lot of history as well. So today's video, Morrissey's Manchester first edition, this came out about a month ago. Again, go support his channel. If you want to watch, you can go down a rabbit hole, trust me. Especially if you live in the areas that he's doing these videos. Really cool. I don't know, Morrissey, I believe, is from the band The Smiths. I was never really a listener of that band that much. I don't even know if I could tell you. I think I probably know a few songs, but there's going to be hopefully some other things other than just Morrissey stuff, but I assume there will be, because he goes all over the place and he tells these little stories that I find wonderful, and hopefully you will as well. If you've already seen this video and you've come back to watch with me, thank you so much. I encourage you to go watch the video first on his channel, then come back and you can point out things that I'm going to inevitably miss, and helps me learn. All right, everybody, sit back on this big fake couch. I did have Violet. I don't know where she went. They went somewhere. And let's enjoy this. Kieran, Bimble, let's do it.
A train's coming. Good morning, Bimblers. And you join me at Urmston Station for a very special set of Bimbles that I'm calling Morrissey's Manchester. It's all based on a book by Phil Gattenby called Morrissey's Manchester.
Okay.
My copy's a little bit out of date these days. It was published in 2004, and there's a revised edition from 2009, but that's out of date now as well. So I thought we'd do a set of bimbles showing all the locations in the book and how they look nowadays. So let's stop messing about and let's bimble. Back to the old house.
I love the music. Yeah.
Minimal forces that grew magnetically brought me to you. Visions that cut through the cold to my
Watch
heart.
out. Watch out.
Feelings of warmth now resume. Feeling that coming from you. Bursting to blow at the seams of my heart. As if this was love that I felt. Falling for some.
I just love seeing the people parking one up on the sidewalk, is what we would call sidewalks. And they're parked in both directions. On the same side of the street. You'll see all the cars facing one way, but then you'll see a few pointing the other direction, right in front of it. That wouldn't fly here in the States, no matter really where you are, unless you're like in a really, really small town that doesn't have sidewalks. But parking up on the sidewalk, I don't think it is very legal here, no matter what. But you see it's very common, especially in these videos that he does. You're able to just kind of see things that most videos won't show, I guess, when they're doing, for instance, a Manchester video. And this is probably parts of Manchester that you would never see in those Manchester highlight videos anyway. But I always find that very, very interesting.
Somebody else taking my eyes from the ground, turning my heart upside down.
Whoa,
as
wow.
if this could change all the
Guy opened his car
past,
door.
fixing the bruise from the last time that I felt anything. As if
water.
this was love that I felt, as if this was somebody else.
This has given me the, I gotta see, one of the things I want to do here in the new year is get a new camera. And that way I don't have to use my cell phone. And I would like to do a bike ride through my town and be able to speed it up like this, but just have footage that I can just ride through the whole town. I think it would be pretty cool to kind of do my own bimble, if you will. Here of my town, I think he's inspired me to do stuff like that. A lot of the creators that I've watched have been so inspiring. Gives me the urge to want to go out and do things too. And it's cool.
Brought out some colourful sparks, brought back to light from the dark, broke out in shimmering waves to my heart. Sepia tint but the same, familiar in simplified ways, broke down the lily
Seems
white
like a really cool bike ride,
scars to
though.
my heart. As if this was love that I felt, falling for somebody else, taking my eyes from the ground, turning my heart upside down. As if this could change all the past, fixing the bruise from the last time that I felt anything.
That goes on forever.
As if this was love that I felt, as if this was somebody else.
It's crazy how much bike path, jog path, walk path, whatever, that there is.
As if this was love that I felt.
Oh, look out.
Falling for somebody else.
Canal.
Taking my eyes from the ground, turning my heart upside down. As if this could change all the past, fixing the bruise from the last time somebody else.
Wow, he's had to ride a long way here.
And so we reach King's Road here in Stretford. And at 384 King's Road in Stretford, you'll find the childhood home of Stephen Patrick Morrissey. That's where he would have started his New York Dolls fan club and wrote into the NME to tell them how good Kimono My House was by Sparks. And it's at that same front door that Johnny Marr would have knocked and asked Morrissey, did he want to start a band and go down in British musical history.
Sure you locked that bad boy up, that's for sure.
Also on King's Road, you'll find the Iron Bridge, as referenced in the Smiths song Still Ill from the debut album, and also from the compilation album Hatful of Hollow. That's my favourite version. It's from a John Peel session from September 1983. Under the Iron Bridge we kissed. Let's bimble.
I like this song as well.
Big plans are easiest to make. Aim for the stars, it's yours, just wait. You do your best along the way. But it's those arms that told me I don't care if it's yours or mine. Without you, it's just a waste of
Look at all
time.
those boats.
You showed me
How
from
cool.
the start. Such inspirations need a heart to bring you round. Could be ours. Big aspirations need a heart to hold you down. Though some get lost along the way. As sure as night designed the day. As long as I'm allowed to say. It's my heart that told me I don't care, you just disappear.
Has anybody ridden a bike on this or walked this path
It
before?
wasn't meant to be.
It
You
looks-
showed me from the start.
looks wonderful. I
Such
mean,
inspirations need a heart
It looks,
to bring you
the area
round.
just looks massive.
It could be ours. Big
I would get lost.
aspirations need a heart to hold you, heart to hold you. I don't care, you can say what you like. I'm a peace-loving person, but I know I'm right. It's as easy as right from wrong. I'm a lover, not a fighter, so I wrote this song. You showed me from the start.
This car's coming at him.
Inspirations need a heart to bring
Oh.
you round.
Careful, Kieran.
It could be ours. Big aspirations need a heart to
Seeing as how we're passing through Chorlton, it would be remiss of me if we didn't mention some other Manchester trivia. Just down there.
Big aspirations need a heart to hold you, heart to hold you down from the start. Such
Lot of road work
inspirations
going.
need a heart to bring you round. It could be ours. Big aspirations need a heart to hold you down.
Speaking about Manchester musicians as we are, we've come to Keppel Road, and at 51 Keppel Road, you'll find the childhood home of the brothers Gibb, the Bee Gees. They lived here just after they came over from the Isle of Man, before they went over to Australia, because they got in trouble with the Rozzers. They formed their very first skiffle band, the Rattlesnakes, in that very house. At the end of Keppel Road, you'll find a mural to a Dennis Pratt. He died here in Chorlton of heart failure. You know him as Quentin Crisp, the man that wrote The Naked Civil Servant. And as a Smiths-related fact, Morrissey worked as a civil servant, not a naked one. He described that time as a fate worse than life. Typical Morrissey. Quentin Crisp returned to England in 1999 after living in New York for many years, but originally he was from Surrey. He used to live in London as an openly gay man at a time when that was very frowned upon.
Oh, wow.
If anyone knew a bit of Piccadilly Polare, it would have been Quentin Crisp. Anyway, it's turning into one of those dreaded sunny days, so we best meet by the, that's Bimble.
Quentin Crisp, I'll have to look him up.
Maybe it didn't work at the time, maybe it never did. A mistake that made the distance, or a trying way to live. Maybe it's the time that you grabbed at my arms and electricity flowed from my shoulders to palms in a white hot glow, leaving white cold scars left bare and unshowed just to prove they were ours. Maybe it worked.
And so, Bimblers, you meet me at the cemetery gates, Southern Cemetery Gates. It was the subject of the Smith song, Cemetery Gates. Morrissey used to walk around Southern Cemetery on dreaded sunny days, gravely reading the stones, with his friend Linda Sterling. She was from the post-punk band Ludus, but she's most well known for her artwork. Her artwork is on the front cover of Orgasm Addict by the Buzzcocks. There are quite a few famous graves here at Southern Cemetery.
I've heard of the Buzzcocks, I don't know.
But one grave was much more makeshift, and it was actually in the allotments at the back of the cemetery. That was the grave of Jean Jordan, at least for a while. Jean Jordan was picked up in 1977 by a man in a Ford Corsair and taken to the back of the allotments and killed with a ball-peened hammer.
Oh my God.
That man was the Yorkshire Ripper.
Wow, I think I've seen something on the Yorkshire Ripper. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh.
Peter Sutcliffe.
Peter Sutcliffe.
As he made his escape down the M62 back to Yorkshire, he realised he'd left his hammer and the £5 note that he'd paid her with. He thought the police would be surrounding the area and someone would have found the body. But nobody found the body for at least a week afterwards. So he actually returned. He found his hammer, but he couldn't find the £5 note. And he got angry, and apparently he mutilated the body with broken glass. A few days later, some men were working on the allotments, shifting some rubble. And one man ran over Jean Jordan with his wheelbarrow and discovered a body. That man's name was Bruce Jones, but you'll know him best as Coronation Street's Les Battersby.
Coronation Street, that's a TV show, right? I don't think I know it. Might have to put that on the list of something to check out, but that's horrific. Again, I've heard of the Yorkshire Ripper. I think I've seen something, might have been on Netflix or maybe Amazon Prime, something to where they were talking about the Yorkshire Ripper, and he was kind of active for a while, if I remember. If it's the same guy, I'm not sure, but that's horrible. What people can do to other people just never ceases to amaze me and horrify me, for sure. Oh gosh.
The police found the purse and the £5 note, and eventually that's how they caught the Yorkshire Ripper. There are actually some famous graves within the cemetery, though.
I have to go back and
the grave of L.S. Lowry, who did all of his beautiful paintings, and the grave of Daniel Adamson, the managing director of the Manchester Ship Canal Company. You also have the grave of Tony Wilson, of Factory Records fame and Granada TV. And the grave of Rob Gretton, that's the manager of Joy Division and New Order, as well as their producer, Martin Hannett. Wasn't actually able to find his grave. I'd like to say that we were going somewhere more cheerful, Bimblers, after we've been in the cemetery for so long. But we're off to Bedsit land. Let's bimble.
Where?
Or maybe it's the time that you close both your eyes and
Wow.
you pouted
That's
your
a-
lip.
Oh, what a cool shot that is. That's really cool. I mean, this is kind of going to sound a little weird. I like cemeteries. Not for the cemetery itself, but there's a lot of history there. And so I don't mind, especially old church cemeteries and, you know, old town cemeteries, which you have an abundance of. I won't come across them as much over here. But when I do, I like to kind of just wander the gravestones and see the dates. And, you know, when people used to put little sayings of how they died, or, you know, a quote or something. And it just brings up a snapshot of time. And I like the historical value of them. And some, which this appears to be, just looks beautiful and historic and around for a long time, is also very interesting. You know, they don't, back in the day, when they, you know, newer cemeteries now are so well thought of, and you have this huge lot of land prepared for it, you know, whereas back in the day, you have a cemetery, and it starts off real small and just expands, but you can't because there's something in the way, or a road, so it hops the street or goes over into this corner, and so you have all these little nooks. And I just find it fascinating. I guess would be the right word to use. Fascinating.
As you waited for mine in the soft
But
red
this looks
glow
amazing.
of your soft cold arms.
I mean, I can totally see
Serotonin
writing.
burns holes through my veins, to my
there.
heart. Maybe it worked. Maybe it never did. Maybe it never was quite like how it is.
That was close.
Maybe it's the time that I wanted to say that my limbs won't move more than 2 feet away from your day glow side luminescent sparks. I could burst into flames from one beat from your heart. Maybe it worked. Maybe it never did. Maybe it never was quite like how it is. Maybe it worked. Maybe it never did. Maybe it never was quite like how it is. And I quite like how it is.
I don't know if you saw, let's see if I can stop it in time. Where is it? Right. Oh, see, you see the lines on the road here. I'm sorry to pause this, but they get all squiggly. What do those lines mean when they break from solid straight line to squiggly line? That there's a crosswalk or a intersection, maybe? I don't know.
What do I get for my trouble and pain? A rented room in Whalley Range. Lyrics from the Smiths song Miserable Lie from the debut album. Morrissey chronicles a love affair between a young couple, ending with them having a bedsit in Whalley Range. Whalley Range is bedsit land here in Manchester. It's where all the bedsits are. We're currently sat in Alexandra Park, which is in between Whalley Range and Moss Side. It was built in 1870 and it was designed by a fella called Alexander Gordon Hennell, and it was named after Princess Alexandra. That's the Queen to King Edward VII's king. It used to be home to a collection of large cacti that was donated by a Charles Dara. Charles Dara made his money in lead foundries, and in his spare time, he collected cacti. They used to be in their own special hothouse, which had a coal boiler to keep the cacti warm. I like the word cacti, can you tell? The park became the centre of the community and a meeting place. In fact, Keir Hardie had one of the first Labour Party rallies here in Alexandra Park. On the 24th of October 1908, they had a demonstration for women's suffrage, where one of the demonstrators, Kitty Marion, set off a bomb which damaged the cacti house. Oswald Mosley, you know, the bad guy from Peaky Blinders, Britain's pound shop Hitler, he had a rally here in 1960 against immigration. But the Buzzcocks put all that right in 1978 because they had Rock Against Racism here in Alexandra Park. Nice. No doubt full of ruffians, Rush Home ruffians. And if you want to hear all about the Rush Home ruffians and a vicar in a tutu, you better tune into the next episode. These things take time.
Yes. So cool. So cool. Live, that's tonight. White Hart, Oregon. So if you are out and about, go see him live. That would be fun. I would love to see him live. That'd be great. I've seen some videos of his where he just performs in front of people. It's really good. Really good. Let's see here. I want to go here. I'm going to go here. We want to go here. We want to buy some music. Where am I? Merch, maybe? Bandcamp. Spec Songs. I think this is where I go. I want the album. Is it this right here? I'll Never Let It Go. I think these are the songs that I want. £6. I don't know what that translates. $10 for me, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. So how do I buy digital album? Okay. Oh, here we go. $7.64. Yep. Add to cart. I want it. I don't know how. I don't know. 10. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do that. Add to the cart. Check out. Credit card. No, I won't. I'm not going to show you all this. Okay, entered my information. And okay, I've got it. Thank you, Kieran. We are now officially owners of the EP album. Create my free fan account. Well, we'll do that later. I hope everybody enjoyed this. This was fun. I enjoy his videos, and I'm going to watch the next one that comes out. Yes, it was about Morrissey, and I don't know too much about him, but he did throw in some other things that, some gruesome about that Yorkshire fella, and which I may have to go and maybe do a video of that guy and see what that was all about. The fascination with those sort of things. I don't know. I don't have a fascination, but there is a fascination that people do have. But it's gruesome, some of these people. But also the history of the Bee Gees, some there, in the park. That Quentin, what was his name? Gosh dang it, I forget his name. I'll have to go back. But yeah, enjoyed it. So please go and support Kieran and his channel. If you were in the area for his gig, where is it? Right here. If you're in the area for his gig here, he's got this BIMBLISM thing on Saturday tonight. Actually, it might even be going on right now as I'm recording this video. If you are not there, get down there. Seems very, very entertaining. And yeah, thanks for coming. Hope everybody's happy, healthy, and safe. We'll see you in the next one, I hope. Okay, take care, everyone. Bye.
Mark from the States, Mark from the States, it's Mark. And he's from